Today on Erix Reviews, I'm talking about The Desperate Hour, a new thriller from director Philip Noyce, starring Naomi Watts. It's a real-time, ticking clock thriller that touches on some topical themes. Is it any good? Let's take a look.
Marion County has been placed on lockdown due to an ongoing incident.
5 miles from home. I don't have a car, and tell me what's happening.
There are 5 people barricaded. Your son is one of them, and so is the suspect.
He doesn't have your negotiator son, does he? He has mine, and do something about it!
Naomi Watts is a fine actress with screen presence and the necessary magnetism to carry a picture. And watching this movie, you can definitely understand why she was attracted to it. It is basically 80 minutes of Naomi Watts as a harried mother, either stumbling through the woods or running down the road while shouting into her smartphone. In the tightness of its construction, you can also see how and why director Philip Noyce was attracted to the project. Here we have one of our true journeyman filmmakers who has specialized in thrillers and action films, responsible for some of the better thrillers of the 1990s, and sure, a couple of turkeys, yes, but all his films have something in common. Even the lousier ones show an attention to craft, to classic cinematic storytelling. And okay, this one is no exception. To tell the story of a desperate mother's race against the clock to reach her son after he becomes involved in a school shooting, Noyce has decided to employ the gimmick of real time. And so yes, with the exception of the film's brief preamble and coda, the whole thing convincingly unfolds in 75 minutes. It feels like 75 minutes is a reasonable amount of time for the events that transpire on the screen, and I reiterate, most of those events are Naomi Watts wandering around the woods, so there isn't much to it, let's be fair. But because Noyce is a good filmmaker and Watts is a good actress, the film does generate some tension out of the sheer drama in watching this mother in her desperate plight. But I think the movie fails ultimately because you feel like it's not just trying to be a thriller. You feel like it's trying to say something, and yet, the movie gets to the end either without figuring out exactly what it wanted to say, or worse, not actually saying anything. I'm honestly not sure. There is some initial suspense as to the ambiguous identity of the shooter, but what is the point of this? To show how law enforcement is quick to a snap judgment in crisis situations? And then, once the shooter's identity is confirmed, there seems to be no actual point to their motivations. So I guess what I'm asking is, why bother going into any of this? There is craft in the filmmaking, it's well shot, well put together, and I reiterate, very well acted by Naomi Watts. And sure, the kid who plays her son the couple of minutes he's ever on screen, and sure, the voices you hear on the other end of the line whenever Naomi Watts is on the phone, which is most of the time, and maybe the film would have been more effective overall if its narrative propulsion involved something else. Anything. Just, not such a political powder keg as a school shooting. Because then we could just enjoy the ride without having to think about anything. But instead, we get this. A movie that wants you to think. But by the time the credits roll, you will be thinking of nothing at all, except trying to suss out what you were supposed to be thinking about and then thanking the movie gods that the experience of watching it was at least mercifully short. Hey, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel and share the video. There's going to be some cool stuff coming to the channel, so you're going to want to keep track of it, and I hope you like all that stuff too. See ya.